Hello BookTube, this is Double Tag Tuesday. Today I'm going to be doing two tags. The first tag is the Panic tag. This tag was created by Pax Panic, and I'm getting it off of Criminali's channel. So I'll leave a link to Criminali's channel because the next tag I'll be doing, the Thrilling Thrillers tag, is also from Criminali, although not created by him, I don't think. And I'll leave information on that one in that tag. Now, you might be noticing that this video is different than my normal videos. That's because instead of filming on my tablet, which I have here that I will be drawing the questions from, I'm filming on my new computer. I picked one up this past weekend. It's a Lenovo, and I'm trying it out and seeing if it can do a good job of filming videos. So I can film on my computer instead of on my tablet. So do let me know in the comments what you make of this video, how it looks, if I should go back to my tablet as the camera rather than this, that sort of thing. So do leave me your feedback on both of these videos, and I'll see whether or not to continue filming on my new computer or just go back to my tablet. Now let's get to the tag. So again, this is the Panic tag. This tag was created by Pax Panic, and I will have a link to his channel in the show notes. Question number 1. Arachnophobia, fear of spiders. Name a book with a ton of characters. So for this prompt, I'm going to go with One Piece by Eichiro Oda. One Piece is a shonen manga series. It is the best-selling manga series in the world and has been for at least 20 years. It's about a young man named Monkey D. Luffy who wishes to become king of the pirates. So in order to achieve his dream, he starts a pirate crew. And the first volume sees him building his crew and going on a number of adventures, which have continued for well over 100 volumes. One Piece is currently at about 1,050 chapters and nearing the grand finale. I haven't really followed the series all that much. I've read the first few volumes years ago and rather liked it, but never quite kept up with it. But I do want to correct that. I do want to really start to engage with One Piece once I've got some of the other series that I'm collecting finished up. Prompt number 2. Coulrophobia, fear of clowns. Name a book with a ridiculous, funny scene. For this prompt, I'm going to go with the climax of Radiance by Catherynne and Valente. Radiance is a weird space opera. It is set in a very different solar system than the one that we have in the real world. All of the planets are much closer, are all habitable, and humanity has been colonizing the planets since the late 19th century. Radiance is the story of grief, of how a famous filmmaker, Percival Unk, kind of comes to terms with the death of his daughter, Severin, in the only way he knows how, which is to make a gothic film about it. Severin herself was a filmmaker, although she focused on documentaries, and disappeared during the filming of a documentary on Venus. There had been a number of destroyed, missing cities on various colonies that she was looking into. The funny, ridiculous scene comes at the very end when there is basically all of the various characters are gathered together at the White Peony on Venus. It's a grand hotel, and as a sort of a pastiche of the sort of grand summation in a lot of detective fiction, mysteries. A number of characters sort of present their solutions to what happened to Severin Unk, and it is just the most ridiculous scene ever. Prompt number 3, Acrophobia, fear of heights. I kind of feel like I'm the scarecrow here. Name a book that changed your view. The 100 Years' War on Palestine by Rashid Khalidi. It's about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict and how it started and how it's continued and how the Palestinians are routinely screwed over. And the book really just changed sort of my whole conception of the conflict. It's a really amazing book. Next is Trypophobia, fear of holes. Name a book with a plot hole. Let's see here. Well, a lot of books have plot holes. See if I can find anything that really jumps out at me. Well, I think maybe would that count? Sorry about this, I'm kind of thinking on the fly. Don't want that to go dark though. Okay, I think in City of Lost Fortunes by Bryan Camp, which is about a young man named Jude Dubosson who is a demigod. He has the ability to find lost things, and was for a number of years a major fixture of the magical scene in New Orleans until Hurricane Katrina happened, and for 5 years he's absented himself from it. Until he one day is drawn back into the magical community and has to figure out who killed the fortune god of New Orleans before one of the various competitors for the title of fortune god sort of enacts their evil plans. I would say the plot hole I'm thinking of is there's this character named Royal who she basically plays this classic femme fatale role, that she's got this kind of almost romantic yet also adversarial relationship with Jude, and it's eventually revealed that she's kind of been betraying him, and it's never really explained or really what happened, how did this work. It just is like it happened, but it's never really how it happened or why. Now that's one plot hole. Another plot hole I think is one of the kind of side antagonists. Basically, City of Lost Fortunes has a number of antagonists, and so there's this other one, an angel called Huh, who has been randomly killing people, and like how exactly some of these deaths form part of that angel that agenda, I have no idea. It's like, but anyway, I guess it's just needed some extra antagonists. So I'd go with those two as for plot holes. Mysophobia, fear of germs. Name a book with the best symptoms infection. Not entirely sure if I quite understand what this prompt's trying to get at. I guess maybe I'll go for something that really hooked me, and really sort of like has infected me with a huge amount of enjoyment and stuff like that. And so for this prompt, I'm going to go with Trypophobia Hanako-kun by AidaIro. I've mentioned Trypophobia Hanako-kun a number of times. It's one of my favorite manga series. It's about, a young woman named Nene who goes to perhaps one of the most haunted schools in all of Japan. She hears that if you go to a certain bathroom, perform a set ritual, she can summon the spirit of the Trypophobia Hanako-san, which will then grant a wish. Nene goes to the specific bathroom, performs the ritual, and meets the Hanako-san spirit. Although, rather than the young girl who is the traditional spirit, this version of Hanako-san is a young boy who is the Hanako-kun of the title. So Hanako-kun grants the wish, and it's not quite what she wanted, and it gets her into a lot of trouble, and so he rescues her, and in exchange she has to act as his assistant, not only cleaning his bathroom but also helping him regulate the various other ghosts and hauntings of this school. And it is just a blast. I love the series so much, and I'm really looking forward to continuing with it. I've read the first 3 volumes, but I'm missing volume 4. I really want volume 4. Anyway, the next prompt is Astrophobia, fear of lightning and thunder. Name a book that hit you hard. So here for this prompt, I'm going to go with no, that won't work. Let me kind of do a quick scan to see if I can find something that will jump out at me. No, I do that one all the time. Ooh, that one could work. Okay. So for this prompt, I'm going to go with Iron Curtain by Applebaum. It's a history of how the Soviet Union conquered Eastern Europe in the years after World War II. It is a powerful, depressing, oppressive work that is just amazing. Next prompt and the final prompt. Enochlophobia, fear of crowds. Name a book with a place, group of people you hated. So for this prompt, I'm going to do a quick look around and see if I can find something that jumps out at me. Oh yes, Amberlough. We'll go with that. Amberlough by Lara, Elena, Donelly. Amberlough is a diesel punk speculative fiction novel. It's not quite science fiction. It's not fantasy in the fact that there's no magic. It's just this weird novel that's diesel punk. It's basically a version, a take on Weimar Germany in the lead up to the Nazi takeover. It's in part about a government agent who is initially tasked with bringing down a local crime lord who the agent just so happens to be sleeping with. The crime lord doubles as a sort of an MC of a cabaret, and one of his best friends works there as a chorus girl. And so, just as the agent, I guess, is beginning to do something to wrap up the case, he is sent to handle a different case where he is caught and is forced to turn into a double agent. And it's just, I hate everybody in that book. Like, everybody. It's just, I mean, the villains are incompetent, the heroes are incompetent, whoever they are. It's like everybody's incompetent. And I hate that book so much. Anyway, so that's that. So that was the panic tag. If you would like to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged, and please let me know what you think of this new video arrangement. Whether I should keep it, or if I should just go ahead and go back to my tablet as my camera. So thank you, BookTube. Have a great afternoon, and I will see you in a few minutes with the thriller tag. So until then, thank you and stay safe.